for joining us this morning. My name is Selena, and I will be representing Junior Achievement and the Alumni Organization. And on the call with us, as you would have seen in our promos, we have Mr. Kim Woodmott from the Central Bank of the Bahamas, who is, and let me just make sure that I get this perfectly straight, who is the project manager for digital currency implementation for Central Bank of the Bahamas. And today we're going to be talking about how digital currencies can impact your business and how they can be integrated. We also have some information from MobileAssist. And so Dr. Moxie sends his apologies. He may be running a little bit late, but if in any event, I wear two hats. So I can also speak to MobileAssist and answer any questions that anybody has in reference to the app. So what we're going to do, and Mr. Mott, thank you again so much for being here. Really appreciate you taking the time out on a Saturday morning to be with us.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting me and for allowing the Central Bank to have an opportunity to share in our initiative with the SandDollar.
No problem at all. And a little birdie told me that you were a part of JA as well.
Yes, I was an advisor many moons ago when I was at City Trust.
Lovely. It's always so great to have our advisors or alumni getting involved with what JA is doing now. So we're really appreciative to have you here. And because I am aware that it is a Saturday morning and we have things to do today, I will ask you just to get started and tell us a little bit about what digital currency is, first of all.
Okay, so when we think about digital currencies, the first thing that a lot of persons think about are cryptocurrencies. But I'd like to dispel that myth. The SandDollar is not a cryptocurrency or a stable coin. The SandDollar is just a digital representation of our current Bahamian dollar. It's no different than the $10 bill or the $100 bill in your wallet or in your pocket. It's just kept in a digital form, slightly different than what we recognize. A lot of persons today are already operating in a digital space with credit cards or debit cards, where funds are being basically debited directly from their bank accounts. However, having a digital currency, there's no longer a requirement to have a physical dollar that is backing that digital transaction. So now the dollar itself is completely digital. So therefore, when we think of all of the AFIs, PSBs, MTBs that are offering some sort of coin, that coin is backed by another dollar bill held in a depository somewhere. But the SandDollar itself is legal tender, and it's just held in a digital format in a digital wallet, such as the MobileAssist wallet. So it gives the level of comfort and security and robustness and the backing of the government as well as the Central Bank of the Bahamas to ensure that there are no issues whatsoever with the actual transactions. Because it's a liability of the Central Bank of the Bahamas, not necessarily any private individual or institutions. So that essentially is what a digital currency is. It operates in a digital format on mobile phones and or certain type of smart cards. And again, we could get to talk a bit more about it as we go through the presentation and explain a bit as to why the Central Bank decided to go in this direction, and also recognizing in this instance, the Bahamas is the first country in the world. Let me say that again, the first country in the world to offer a retail central bank digital currency. This is a very big deal. Globally, we're getting a lot of accolades, we're getting a lot of press, we're getting a lot of attention. All of the other central banks are knocking on our door, asking us for assistance, asking us for advice. And so therefore, we're trailblazers in this particular space. So we're very proud of that. And again, we're a little tiny nation that is constantly being considered, gold leading standards globally with the Olympics and everything else. So again, this is another opportunity for us to brag and boast as to our achievements. So hopefully when we go through this process today, you'll get to see why, again, the central bank digital currency, the SandDollar, is definitely going to be a game changer in the economic environment here in the Bahamas.
That is pretty exciting. It really is that we are the model for digital currencies globally.
So what I'd like to do, I would like to begin. I have one of my colleagues with me, Allison Middleton. I'd like for her to play a quick video before we get into all the conversations to give you just an idea as to how SandDollar works.
The Central Bank of the Bahamas introduces SandDollar, the digital Bahamian dollar. Here's everything you need to know to begin using SandDollar today. When you get cash, you keep it safe in your wallet. Just like cash, SandDollar lives in a wallet too, a digital wallet. You can access your wallet using the SandDollar app or the SandDollar card. For this demonstration, we will use the generic SandDollar app. The look and feel of each SandDollar-enabled app will vary based on the financial service provider. Getting started with the SandDollar app is simple. First, you'll need to enroll with any authorized financial institution. You can find a list on our website or social media pages. If you have a smartphone, first download the app from the Google Play or Apple Store, open the app and click Get Started. Follow the simple setup instructions and off you go. There are 3 ways to send and receive SandDollars using the app. The first way to send SandDollars is to scan the recipient's QR code. Here's how to do it. Open the app, confirm your identity using the 4-digit code you made during setup, or using biometrics by scanning your face or fingerprint, hit send. You can now scan the recipient's printed or on-screen QR code. If your recipient is also using the app, make sure they hit the receive button on their device. Enter the amount you want to send. Hit the authenticate and send button. Confirm your identity using biometrics or by re-entering your 4-digit device code, and you're set. Transaction complete. Hit return to wallet to see your updated balance and the transaction confirmation. The second way to send SandDollars using the app is to send to a wallet address. Every SandDollar wallet is assigned a unique 12-digit address. Think of it as an ID. Follow these steps to send to an address. Open the app, confirm your identity, hit send, hit send to address. Enter how much you want to send. Enter the recipient's unique 12-digit address. Choose whether to show your custom name or not. Make sure all required information has been entered. Hit authenticate and send. Confirm your identity again, and you're done. SandDollars sent. You can also send using someone's custom name. Sending SandDollars to a custom name is easy. Simply follow the same steps as sending to an address. Open the app, confirm your identity, hit send to address, enter how much you want to send. This time, instead of send to address, select custom name. Type the recipient's custom name. Choose to show your custom name or not. Hit authenticate and send. Confirm your identity, and you're done. Finally, if you don't have a smartphone, no problem. Our SandDollar card is all you need. Here's how to send from your card to a recipient who is using the app. The user with the SandDollar app must first hit receive. Then select scan card. The recipient enters the transaction amount. The cardholder will then power on their SandDollar card, making sure the one-time password is visible. The app user scans the card, ensuring the QR code and password are both visible. The cardholder then confirms the transaction by entering their 6-digit PIN, and you're good to go. SandDollar is here to make life easier. It's flexible, easy to use, and for everyone. Contact us to learn more about SandDollar today.
Yeah, so I hope that was very informative for you. Like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And so I don't know what the calculation is for a video. But now that you've seen the video and you've seen exactly how the SandDollar operates in the real world, there's no difference between what you saw on that video and what we actually do. Most persons may think we made it look easy, but that is in reality the simplicity of SandDollar. All of the heavy lifting has been done by our developers. And so again, the instantaneous transactions that you saw on screen are precisely the way SandDollar works today. Not just within that particular app, that's the generic app developed by the central bank, but every app that we currently have, including MobileAssist. So their integration of SandDollar into their application operates the same way ours does today. So again, coming back to the overall initiatives of the central bank, we've been going through for several years now a payment systems modernization initiative. You may notice it with the implementation of things such as ACH. We've also been doing some other things regarding RTGS, which you may not recognize some of the other initiatives that we've been doing in the background with the financial institutions that have also been relaxing foreign exchange type of controls, making adjustments to our regulations to actually allow for the digital revolution to ensure that we actually have consumer protection and some sort of legislation around how we can operate in this cyber space, even allowing for cryptocurrencies and other types of trades to be done. So there's a lot that's been going on in the background that's not really too much in the press, but that we are not recognized for. But the central bank being a regulator is ensuring that we create an environment by which most of the financial institutions and other players in our economy can begin to operate at a lot easier and a faster pace. So one of the main goals of what we're trying to achieve is to make the payment systems more efficient. And of course, again, understanding the way SandDollar operates, you see the efficiency there, whereby this is now something that's built into your mobile device, something that you take around with you almost 24/7. It's probably the first thing that you pick up in the morning and look at. I'm guilty. But again, that's our intent, is to make the payment systems more efficient. We're also looking to have greater financial inclusion. And this goes to a lot of the merchant side of things, as well as for those individuals who would like to operate in a digital space, but just can't because of the cost of doing business. So when we talk about greater financial inclusion, we recognize that the average small to medium enterprise who is trying to get into that digital space because of loss of opportunity, because they just aren't able to accept a credit card. It could be basically just a hot dog vendor on the side of the street without access to electricity. And the only thing they have is the data that's on their cell phone. Well, now with the SandDollar, you do have the ability to use your cell phone as a POS system. If you notice with the example with the straw vendor, she has her tablet right there with her on the side of the road, and she was able to accept payment. So that's how it's allowing for greater inclusion into this financial arena. So it's not just the big boys now who can have or be able to accept digital payments. We can now accept digital payments from your cell phone itself. We also wanted to make things a bit more cost effective. And again, coming into the digital space, sometimes when you look at the overhead to do so, trying to purchase additional hardware and or sign certain contracts to get into contractual agreements with banks or other financial institutions that may require either a monthly fee, even just a rental or leasing of those devices, the POS systems, as well as when you actually transact. We look at the fact that when you have certain layers of transaction, by me saying layers, we're talking about the fact that one, you have a contract with a financial institution who may also have a contract with a payment service provider such as Visa, MasterCard, American Express. So at the end of the day, if I was to purchase that hot dog for, let's say, $3, a small vendor, if they were in the digital space under the current systems, they would probably get about maybe $2.70. So that's 30 cents they may have lost or even more, simply because of the fact that the financial institution that they have the contract with has to get their cut. And then the payment service provider, who that financial institution has a contract with, also has to get their cut. But by allowing the central bank now to operate their own pay rail, we've cut out some of the middlemen. So therefore, that cost savings can now be passed on to the merchants. And so therefore, what we saw yesterday in very high merchant fees should no longer exist in the SandDollar space. Another thing we look at is the fact that it's non-discriminatory. This objective here is to ensure that, again, the SandDollar being a digital representation of our Bahamian dollar, we recognize that there are persons who are currently operating in our economy, but they're not traced, they're not tracked, and we have no idea as to how much of the or what level of impact they are having on our economy, simply because those funds are not really operating in the digital space that can actually give us some sort of metrics and statistics. Those individuals cannot go to a bank because they may not have a proper passport. They may have even come here illegally. But despite the fact that they may not be documented, they are still very much going to SuperValue and other locations and spending money and actively participating in our economy. If they can operate with cash today, we're giving them the opportunity to operate in a digital space with our digital cash. So therefore, there's no discrimination against individuals who may not be documented. So therefore, the very first tier is allowed to require little to no KYC. All you need is your basically a email address, phone number, and your legal name. And there's no verification of any of those things except through the application, either sending you the activation code to that email address or cell phone number that you provided. And that's all that's required. And that person can now operate in a digital space. And of course, again, we're looking to strengthen our national defense against money laundering, as well as create greater efficiencies with the way the government also operates in this space. The SandDollar operates on a mobile phone-based technology. As you saw, we also offer what we call an OTP or one-time password card, and it's non-interest bearing. So when we look at the other financial institutions that are there today, we're trying to make the payment systems more efficient. We're not trying to disrupt the current payment systems. So therefore, making the SandDollar a non-interest bearing instrument, as you take cash out of the bank, be it through an ATM or other means, once that cash is in your pocket, that cash is not generating any form of income for you because it's now residing with you. It's not being held by another institution that may be using it to invest and therefore being able to provide you with some sort of interest on whatever it is that they're doing with the cash. But once you withdraw those funds are now yours. They're no longer being held by a depository. So therefore, the same applies for SandDollar. Once you have SandDollars being held in your wallet, and notice we're very mindful of the terminology. We talk about a SandDollar wallet, not a SandDollar account. So the same way you have funds in your wallet or pocket, SandDollar is the same way. There's no distinction between the two. And that was really designed for businesses of all sizes, but we do tend to focus on those small to medium enterprises who may have a smaller footprint in the economy, who may already have been having difficulties being able to get into the digital space. It's for those self-employed individuals who are just starting out, who need to just be able to operate in the space at day one, rather than trying to build up to the point where they can start to accept digital payments. It's also designed for, again, like I mentioned, those persons may be undocumented. It may also be the fact that you may have somebody who's undocumented simply because of their age. Today, somebody under the age of 18 may have some difficulties opening a legitimate bank account without the assistance of a parent or co-signer or co-signatory. But again, you can give your child a $20 bill to go to school, to buy lunch, etc. So therefore, you should be able to use the very same mechanism, the SandDollar, to provide funds for your child. So therefore, a child is able to hold a SandDollar wallet because again, it's not an account that requires any sort of legal wrangling to create or open. And again, it still only allows the child to have a very limited amount of cash. And of course, when we have innovators such as MobileAssist, I'm sure there may be some new thing around the corner that may allow for dual wallets where a parent can actually meter how much the child can use out of that wallet. So therefore, we're leaving it up to the innovators to come into the space and create solutions for those individuals who may say, hey, what about this? How can we use the funds for X, Y, or Z? Or how can I ensure that if I give my child $20 digital dollars, they can only spend it on what I want them to spend it on? So there are some talks around being able to have what they call smart contracts in the digital space. And basically smart contracts simply mean that this digital token that was provided can only be used for a certain type of transaction. So you can't take this $20 digital dollars and go and spend it in a liquor store. But once you have that, you can probably spend it in a food store, but not a liquor store. So that level of control can be coded into the digital space as well. I'm going to try to go through this pretty quickly so I can give MobileAssist a chance to talk specifically about their product as well. So with the SandDollar, we've implemented it with certain tiers. We have tiers 1, 2, and 3. Tier 1 only holds a $500 balance and can transact up to $1,500 per month. Again, this tier does not require any KYC, simply your phone number, your email address, and your legal name. And again, that legal name isn't verified by any type of documentation. The tier 2 is for persons and small businesses. They can hold up to $8,000 in that particular wallet and transact up to $10,000 per month. And in addition to that, this particular tier is going to be linked to a commercial bank account. This should be something that we see coming on stream sometime later on this month, hopefully, if all things go well. And what this now does is this will allow you to transfer funds between your mobile wallet and your commercial bank account seamlessly through the current ACH mechanism. So you can actually create your SandDollar wallet as a third-party transfer the way you would do today in your commercial bank account online systems to do a third-party transfer to a second individual. You can do the same now and send funds directly to your SandDollar wallet, as well as send funds from your SandDollar wallet directly to your bank account. Why this is important is because there are persons who may be getting their salaries in SandDollars and still want to transfer it to an actual deposit account rather than keeping the full salary in the SandDollar wallet itself. And again, because of this quick and seamless settlement of SandDollar, this is an excellent instrument for payroll. We're already in discussions with multiple persons, especially in the Abacos, who after Dorian recognized that with the banks being basically destroyed and some of them actually leaving the island, it was very difficult to get payroll to a lot of the construction workers and others that were there on the island. So again, SandDollar and the way it settles is one of those solutions that was quickly put in place on the Abacos itself. The tier 3, it's $8,000 holdings and $10,000 worth of transactions. The tier 3 allows anywhere from $8,000 to $1 million in holdings and unlimited outbound transactions. And this tier 3 was designed for businesses. There's enhanced KYC for this particular tier. So there's additional documentation that would be requested, such as your business license, probably VAT returns, something to actually confirm the type or the level of transact loads that you're saying you're going to be doing. You can't come to us and say, well, I am a street side fish vendor and I will be operating around $1 million a month. That's going to raise some red flags. So again, it's on a case-by-case basis and based on your KYC and your economic profiles. Coming back to the tier 2, sorry, I didn't mention, for tier 2, we have the standard KYC that you have at any commercial bank. So you have to provide your driver's license, national insurance card, or your passport in order to get a tier 2 wallet. And also the linking to a commercial bank account creates an additional level of KYC. The hardware that can be used with SandDollar, like I mentioned, you can use your smartphones, you can use your tablets. We also have what we call Smart POS, which is a bit more for the high-end merchants. Those are basically something similar to what you'll see in the food stores when you go to cash out. It looks like a credit card machine, but it also has a camera as well as a screen that actually generates a QR code. So it does have the ability to either present or read a QR code directly from your phone or allow you to scan a QR code on that device. And so those devices are what we call smart POS terminals. They also allow for credit card and debit card transactions, either swipe, pin, or tap. So they're very high end, and we do see them around already. Of course, some of the major benefits, and I'll just, after the benefits, I'll probably hand it over to MobileAssist. So the greater benefits, it's again, the reduced cash handling. When we talk about cash handling, we talk about the cost of handling cash. A lot of persons don't understand how expensive cash is. You have to think about the fact that as a merchant, if you are leaving cash at your establishment, that needs to be insured. In order to get insurance to cover on-site cash, you need to show proof that you actually have a safe. So you have to buy a safe. You could have a regular business. It doesn't necessarily be a financial institution, but as long as you're telling the insurer that cash will be left on premises, you have to have a safe. You also have to think about theft by way of employment and or robbery. You have to think about transit of cash, i.e. either you're going to hire a mobile armored car company to move the cash for you, or you're going to be doing night deposits. And again, night depositories at banks, you have to pay a monthly fee for that, as well as the fact that you open yourself up to more type of crime, theft, or whatever when you're going to make those deposits. People start to monitor your movements and they know exactly when and where you're going to be doing those drops. So it eradicates all of those things. Again, because you're operating in a digital space, those transactions, one, they're traceable, they're happening in real time, and they don't require you to have to reconcile them at the end of the day or to make large deposits or leave cash in a till overnight. So again, when I talk about the reduced cash handling, we're talking about all of those things that you have to deal with when you're dealing with physical cash. It's way more secure than cash. Again, I mentioned the fact of low merchant fees because again, the electronic payments environment, we recognize what the fees are when you're dealing with other types of financial payment methods against SandDollar, which basically has little to no cost. It's a fully auditable system, again, using distributed ledger technology. Any transaction that happens today can never be deleted. It can never be erased. So everything that happens, again, and let's talk about the difference between privacy and anonymity, because I know a lot of persons, when we talk about the auditable trace and trackability of SandDollar, they think that, oh, Big Brother is watching me and they can see who I sent my money to or who sent money to me. But that's not the case. You do still have your privacy. Everything is encrypted. No one at the central bank can actually pull up that information or actually see those transactions. We can see what's happening on the pay rail, but we don't see identities. In order for us to reveal the person behind the coded account number, we would have to have one, a legal precedence to do so. So that means something must be before the courts requesting it and the judge providing that level of access. Two, the onboarding institution would have to provide us the name of the person behind the actual transaction, because we do not hold the KYC with central bank. The KYC is held with the onboarding financial institution. So again, but we still need to not have the person be anonymous, but the person can still have their privacy. And so that is the difference right there. So we won't know who it is, but if we needed to, for legal purposes, we do have the ability to go through a process in order to reveal who's behind the transactions if there was something illegal happening. SandDollar, again, is available 24/7. And the biggest benefit I see to SandDollar is its settlement time. If a merchant received a credit card transaction, those funds will not arrive on that merchant's bank account until the following day, and probably around noon the following day. As well as the fact that it's going to arrive minus whatever transaction fees are needed to be taken out. With SandDollar, the funds are deposited to your SandDollar wallet instantaneously, as fast as a WhatsApp message. If I can give you an example or something as close as possible to it, it's almost like texting money. If we can coin that phrase, you're basically texting money. So as quick as I hit send, that's how quickly you will receive the funds. And so those are some of the big benefits of SandDollar. And with that, I will turn it back over to MobileAssist. And thank you guys very much. And I hope you have some questions, and I hope I can answer those for you.
Hi, Mr. Mott. Before MobileAssist gets started, there is a question. Is it age restrictive? What age can a child have a SandDollar wallet?
I think it would be up to the actual parent. Again, if you recognize that your child is responsible enough to manage their own lunch money or bus money, I think the same would apply for a digital wallet. And again, this is somebody who already can manage and handle a mobile device or a phone or has possession of one. So I think that child should already be responsible enough. So I think it would also be up to the parent to determine when or what age you would want your child to have a wallet. My youngest son is 14 and he has one.
Awesome. Yes, my son also, who is 17 now, has his wallet as well. So he was very excited to be able to get onto the MobileAssist app and create it. So I know that there were other questions in the group. So what I'll do then, guys, is I've taken off my JA hat and I put on my MobileAssist hat so that I can address some of those questions. One of the questions was, how do you purchase a SandDollar? And I will get into that as well, because there are multiple ways for MobileAssist. But Mr. Mott, from your end, I know MobileAssist uses the debit and the credit cards in order to facilitate the purchasing of SandDollars for conversion to spend on the app. But from your perspective, how would you answer that one?
Right. So I don't like to use the term purchase SandDollars because you wouldn't purchase a $10 bill. You just go to your bank and do a withdrawal. So if you wanted to convert your physical cash to digital cash, there are multiple ways you can do it depending on the application that you are currently operating in. So in the MobileAssist space, like it was pointed out, if you have already linked your bank account or credit card or debit card, you can simply top up or load that SandDollar wallet using those methods. But again, if you're using a different application, and I'll just speak to our application, the onboarding institution you would have to physically go into that institution and deposit cash directly onto your SandDollar wallet. Now, when we are completed with our ACH integration this month, you're going to be able to link a single commercial bank account to your SandDollar wallet, with which you can then now, within the application itself, similarly to what we have with MobileAssist, be able to transfer funds between that commercial bank and the SandDollar wallet. But specifically to our SandDollar wallet, again, we try to keep it as simple as possible. And because we don't want to be a competitor in the space, we're a regulator. So we have a SandDollar wallet that allows the persons to operate in the space, but to not be competitive with some of our counterparts and our partners in this initiative. So we allow them to be the innovators, to have the easy ways to top up, etc. But there are multiple AFIs today who are giving you multiple ways in order to top up your SandDollar wallet.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Mott. So for those who don't know, I also work very closely with MobileAssist, and I will just explain a little bit about the MobileAssist app. So basically what MobileAssist is an m-commerce app, and that is a benefit then to both small businesses and businesses as well as consumers. And it gives each of those groupings the opportunity to transact between themselves, right? Again, with no cash, with just using your mobile phone. With the introduction of SandDollar, persons that are using MobileAssist can now spend from the app by loading up their funds from the debit or credit cards or the SandDollar. What I love about the integration of MobileAssist is that even if a business doesn't have MobileAssist and I'm a MobileAssist customer, I'm still able to spend my SandDollars on with that business. So it basically has taken the digital dollar and just made it more fluent or fluid, I would say, with just different businesses around the Bahamas, right? So I actually do want to show a video of how easy it is to actually create a SandDollar wallet on the MobileAssist app, which means that you don't actually have to go outside of MobileAssist in order to get your accounts. So just give me 1 second and I will share the screen.
Here's how you create your SandDollar account. First, select My Wallet, then enter your wallet PIN. Next, select SandDollar account. Then add account and create. Then choose your KYC level and press submit and create account. And that's it. You just created your SandDollar account on MobileAssist. Here's how you create your SandDollar account.
And then one of the other beauties is, I know Mr. Mott had shared this before, this is how you can transfer your SandDollars, again, to a business or to a person just using the MobileAssist app.
Here's how you transfer the SandDollar accounts on MobileAssist. First, go to My Wallet. Then enter your 4-digit PIN. Next, choose SandDollar account. Then select SandDollar to SandDollar transfers. Then enter the recipient's SandDollar account number. Then select validate. Enter the amount you'd like to transfer below and press submit. You can also transfer to SandDollars by selecting SandDollar to SandDollar and scanning the recipient's QR code. After that, you can enter the amount you wish to transfer below and press submit. And that's it. You've just transferred SandDollars on MobileAssist.
Okay, so it really is just that simple. I like to tell people that if I could do it, anybody else can do it. Because before I came to MobileAssist, I was familiar with how to use my credit card online, as Amazon can attest to. But I really wasn't very sure about the mobile space. There was a question that did come up, and someone asked for businesses that wanted to use SandDollar/MobileAssist if there's terminals that are needed. No, all you need is a mobile phone. And with our business accounts or our merchant accounts, what you do is you have a specific QR code for your business. The customer simply scans that QR code and they're able to pay you from their MobileAssist wallet. And again, that could have been loaded with debit, credit, or SandDollar. So it gives you that vast array of payment options to choose for or choose from your business. And then you just accept the payments as you regularly would cash. There's another little story that I'd like to tell, and I'm sure that business owners feel this way as well. So I obviously have a small business that deals with marketing and public relations for clients. And I was actually at the ATM depositing a check, and I was robbed at gunpoint right after I had made that deposit. That was the cash that I had on me. Luckily, it wasn't a lot of cash because I only pulled out a small amount because I always carry my app. I do not like to carry a lot of cash. And since that incident, I have not been very happy carrying cash on me at all. But it goes to show that when you have the money that's transacted within your system or within your business, it is absolutely safe. So you are at less risk for the robbery aspect of it, which again, for me now is extremely important because of my experience. And it just, again, provides so much of a back end with MobileAssist in terms of how it is that you can see your transactions following through as a business owner. So we also provide business owners with a back end so that you could actually look in and see exactly how much transfers and purchases have been made through MobileAssist, as well as you can then take that money from MobileAssist and then transfer it into your commercial bank account. So for a business owner, there's a few options that you can choose from. MobileAssist provides the scan and pay, which is those QR codes that I'm talking about. And so the customer is actually in front of you. And again, this works really well for pop-ups, mobile businesses, or permanent store structures. They scan that QR code, they put in the amount that they're going to pay you, and then you accept that payment. With the bill pay option as well, you have 24-hour payment, 7 days a week, because that customer, again, can pay you from anywhere at any time just using their device. And again, you don't have to worry about then the expense or the time that is spent with the credit or debit cards, because you actually have that built-in terminal right on your phone. So you do not need any other equipment for it. Now, I don't know if there are any other questions at this point, but what I'm going to do as well is just kind of give an idea of what scan and pay looks like for our business owners that are here and thinking about how it is that they use a mobile app like MobileAssist with their business. So just give me a second again.
Here's how you scan and pay with cashback on MobileAssist. First, select Scan and Pay, then enter your wallet PIN. Next, scan the QR code of your desired vendor. Then, enter the amount you wish to pay. There's now a cashback option for you to choose, if you so desire. Here, you can enter notes as desired. Then select Pay Now and process payment. That's it. You've just used MobileAssist Scan and Pay.
So as you can see, the app is extremely easy to use. Now, what I do want to talk about a little bit is that scan and pay with cashback option. So this is a very interesting proposition for business because we spoke about safety and we spoke about the fact that, you know, once the cash money is gone, you can't really retrieve it. I certainly have not gotten my $40 back, okay? But what you do is, and if you've gone to SuperValue, you would have seen MobileAssist in SuperValue, and you know that once you pay at the till, you are now able to retrieve the funds off of your MobileAssist wallets just through that cashback option. But for what businesses, what it does is it allows you to collect a transaction fee from the customer if you are a cashback vendor with MobileAssist. B, it allows you to get your cash off of the premises and with the customer as well when they pull that cash back from you. So it is, again, even more options that you have with the app MobileAssist. The cashback feature I particularly like, again, because I'm very wary of ATMs at this stage. And also because I just don't go to ATMs when the banks are not open, period, now. So if I do go to SuperValue and let's say I do know that I'm going somewhere else where I may need the cash, I can pull that out. Again, I mentioned this before with the SandDollar. Now it is like you can actually treat SandDollar and convert it into cash as well when you have the MobileAssist app. So you can convert the SandDollars and it's dollar for dollar on the app and then pull it out at any of the cashback vendors. So I am going to close off the MobileAssist section by just mentioning that MobileAssist at this stage is offering a really great deal for vendors. And that is a sign up of $49.99, a very limited time offer in conjunction with AdFi. AdFi actually provides internet capabilities for businesses to be able to share that with their customers so that customers actually have Wi-Fi access in your store or in your restaurant. It's particularly great for businesses that want to try the digital option because now their customers don't have to have data or their own Wi-Fi plans within that business in order to use the app. So I am going to actually put in the link a contact form for MobileAssist if you are interested in that offer. And you can sign up just using that online portal. And then one of the sales team members will get back to you and give you even more detail. Or you can go to the YouTube channel, which I love because all of the how-to videos are there. So I never have a question. They are literally just as short as 30 to 40 seconds to just get you up to speed on how it is that you use your app. And then you can also go to our Facebook pages at Mobile Assist, Twitter, or Instagram in order to find out more. I will also mention now at this point, because I'm full Mobile Assist hat on, that there is a promotion called Scratch and Win. So when you download the app, when you register on the app, again, it takes a very short period of time, I think maybe a minute to do all of that. And you open your Mobile Assist wallet, which again, you do not have to attach your debit or credit card at this point, or you open your SandDollar account, you are able then to win prizes up to $50 every night through the Scratch and Win promotion. And that is happening daily until the 16th of May. And yeah, that's the Mobile Assist stuff, guys. So let me get that link in the chat. And are there any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question if you'd like.
And also, if I can add, if I have an opportunity to do so, when we show the demo, something that, again, bringing it back to the merchant services, you have suppliers and you have a supply chain. You could be on a family island, or you can be a very distant way off from those individuals. Again, being able to transact in instantaneous digital format allows you now to, you can put in an order and you actually can make the payment. And you know, there are instances where someone may say that we will honor this transaction once we receive the funds. But now, because you're dealing with real-time cash movement in a digital space, the settlement is instantaneous. So therefore, there's no delay in being able to receive whatever it is that you're requesting. Now, one way to do that, and I must admit, the Mobile Assist app also has that interoperability, as well as it allows for multiple ways to send SandDollar. You can scan a QR code, you can type in an alias, or you can type in a wallet ID. So these three methods of sending funds, the Mobile Assist wallet having that ability really gives us an advantage, because again, we can operate face-to-face, as well as we can operate, be it we're on two different islands. But again, the funds settle instantaneously. So having that ability to do so also enhances your ability to transact and complete certain types of requests of your upstream, your production line and or your supply chain. So having this level of digital transactions in a real-time environment does give you an advantage over others who may say that we're going to send you a check that has to clear after 10 to 14 days or maybe more. And so there may be some persons who are apprehensive towards sending any product until they know for sure that those funds are settled. The same may apply for you. If this is something where you're supplying somebody and you're not sure whether or not you should send those products before those funds settle, now because you're operating in SandDollars and those funds are settling instantaneously, they put in an order for $5,000 worth of something, and they send it via SandDollar, the $5,000 are in your wallet immediately. So there's no worry on your part. There's no risk to you in fulfilling that particular order. And you have that confidence that the funds are already there. So this is exceptional in the space, not just because it's operating in a digital manner and it removes all of the costs of handling cash, but because of the instantaneous settlement. It takes away a lot of the added insecurities of whether or not you can take on the risk of providing certain products ahead of the actual settlement of the funds.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Mott. If there are no other questions, I again have on my J hat now. And what I will say is that Mobile Assist is a community partner with Junior Achievement Bahamas. And through the app as well, there is ways to purchase Junior Achievement merchandise, like the shirt that I have on. I know you guys can't really see it. And also to donate. And all of those funds that go to Junior Achievement Bahamas this year in particular have been utilized to run free programming for students throughout the Bahamas, online and virtually. So if you are inclined, please visit jabahamas.org, look at the donation section, and you can make donations. Again, you can look in your Mobile Assist app, which I know everybody's going to download because there's a chance to win now. And you can also, again, make a donation through there if you'd like to assist the organization. But I am going to close out now and thank everybody for coming and spending the Saturday morning with us. We know that everybody has particularly busy days on Saturday, and we do appreciate you attending. I will be sending out this webinar just in case you want to share it or rewatch it for information that you may not have gotten. I'd say by end of day on Tuesday, so you'll have that available, and we'll also put it up on the JA pages. So, Mr. Mott, thank you so much. Ms. Allison, thank you again for being here as support. As always, we appreciate you guys, and I want everybody to have a wonderful Saturday and a fantastic weekend. To any moms on the call, happy Mother's Day in advance.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
No problem. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.